With this, I would like to invite Dr. Surendra Ahirwar, Joint Secretary, DPIIT, the man who is not only in charge but in command of PM Gati Shakti. His vision about national digital twin is just amazing, and bringing all the kind of infrastructure onto one platform is that his vision, but he's also responsible for Make in India. So let's hear from him.
Thank you so much, Mr. Sanjay, Mr. Rob Timber, Mr. Rob Painter, the enthusiasts from Geospatial World or other ICT technology sectors who are collaborating with the geospatial space technology and rest of the initiative, which we call sometimes Geo AI or digital twins and whatever. It's been really a good time to organize this conversation on a very, very relevant topic. Today or nowadays, we are celebrating the 10 years of Make in India. And when we look back, I think we get a lot of satisfaction when we especially look at, what we have been able to do in the space technology, the geospatial data, and its uses in various sectors of economy. And I will not just confine it to economy, but also to the society. It has been fetching a lot of advantages in all these sectors, whether I'm looking at the economic or social. All right, so this has been a long story, but yeah, if we look at the just highlights, I will not take much of the time of all of you. If we just look at the highlights of it, we have been able to develop just not the space technology, launch our own satellites, and we have been we have reached to the kind of a peak, and then after fulfilling our own requirements, we have now started exporting, or rather we have been exporting for the last couple of years, the space technology to the world, even to the developed countries. So that's one big success in the space sector. Another big success is in using the database, first creating a huge database, which I call as digital wealth, which has been created. It's not digital currency I'm talking about. I'm talking the digital wealth which has been created, as my previous speaker was talking about. The millions of people here are generating the wealth called data, on which even Google or any other platform is just banking. And look at it, it's a selfless service given for free. So there's been a lot of donation, I would say, of this wealth, which is happening in form of generation of data, and which is helping the tech world to develop various applications. Now, this data has been stored in now numerous portals, dashboards, systems in the country, the servers in the country, the clouds, the physical servers which we have. And let me share with you that under a major initiative, which we call as PM Gati Shakti National Master Plan, which is a geospatial platform created at the national level, which has more than 40 systems of Government of India assigned to different ministries. And every ministry has their data layers defined, and they have uploaded or integrated geospatial data related to their physical assets, either on the ground or underground. Now, in addition, we are just not confined to the federal government level, but also the states and the union territories or the federal units in India. They have also been having their own so-called the national state master plan platforms or the portals, which are again geospatial portals, having the data relevant to planning of infrastructure, and also the various applications which are required for planning of the infrastructure. So it's a network of portals centered around a platform which we call as National Master Plan of 40 plus 36 states, right? So it's a network of the platforms which has been created and having different servers or converging on a single server, having more than 1,500 data layers and millions of data points. which are progressively being enriched, right? To this geospatial data, which we can call as relatively non-dynamic or static data, of course, not in terms of the updation which is required in a dynamic manner, but otherwise it's a static data of the fixed asset. We have also added to this huge data wealth, the data related to those assets, means the dynamic component of the data, what these assets are, what is being done to these assets, what is happening out here. The dynamic activities also have been mapped and then again related to the geospatial data of each asset, right? So it's a kind of a combination of static and dynamic data, which has already been attained, right? And in addition, there's again one more set of infrastructure, which we call as space application centers, which exist in every state today. This is again having a lot of data of each state about each infrastructure, be it in the economic sector or the social sector. It has mapped everything. Even we were talking, as the previous speaker was mentioning, that even agriculture sector has been, blessed with, or this technology has been applied to agriculture sector, to social sector, including health infrastructure creation, or even monitoring the activities which happens in these social sectors. So there's a huge amount of activity as far as development of infrastructure is concerned, or digital infrastructure to say. And the data accumulation or data generation in form of the data wealth, which is tremendously happening all across the country. And now, over that, we have also developed a couple of applications which are helping us in planning the infrastructure, right? Again, we have still a lot of road to walk further. And we have to attain in terms of the data, the digital twins. And digital twin, when I say, it is just not mapping of infrastructure which can be seen by the satellites. It should also include mapping of such infrastructure which cannot be seen. It means the underground infrastructure, maybe infrastructure within the infrastructure, right? And also mapping the processes, mapping the activities within these infrastructure sets. And therefore, we can, if at all, think about a digital twin of latitude, longitude, and altitudes, also of their data, which is mapping or defining the activities which goes on each asset. Then I have a complete digital twin which can help me in planning or taking decisions about planning of infrastructure, planning of activities, or doing a diagnostics of the problem which exists in the sector. Now for this, beyond creating digital twin in form of the data, we also need to have the intelligence added to it, the applications added to it. Now, whenever we think of application, we quickly jump onto artificial intelligence or generative AI for that matter. But let me tell you, there's a challenge to the entire geospatial sector. I want to using this platform, give to the geospatial sector, that you have to also think about a sub-AI level intelligence which should exist in form of the knowledge-based application. I'll further refine it. Sector-specific knowledge-based applications which can be created by the sector, right? And let me tell you, there exists a huge demand, in fact, craving for this kind of applications in the country, and just not this country. It is, I think, equally would be needed in any other country. We understand this thing because we are having a lot of interaction with a lot of countries, either on bilateral forums or the multilateral forums, and we are coming to know that there is a huge acceptance in the first place, and sometimes a craving for such systems. And therefore, the opportunities are tremendous, unlimited. The only thing is we are not exploiting or harnessing the complete potential of this wealth which you're sitting on, the data wealth, right? And there are, the people in the sector should be thinking about what are the inhibitions. We are sometimes seen blocking our own path. Probably We are prisoners of our own technology, not ready to diversify. We are probably thinking about if the geo becomes AI, probably AI will take away the sheen of geo, right? And when I further try to add to it maybe the blockchain tomorrow, or any other sector which is integrated, probably the geo should or maybe losing the sheen. I think these innovations should be got over. And if that is done, I'm sure that we are going to have the geo AI and geo generative AI as well. And digital twin doesn't go away. That's going to be naturally there. And this is only requiring the further cooperation, not from the people outside the geospatial world. They are anyways ready to give the data. Give it for free. And you're already fetching that data. The cooperation I'm thinking about is among the stakeholders within this sector, within the country and across the countries. I think with that, we are definitely going to have a most advanced applications which can take care of every problem or most of the problems of any sector and every sector in countries across the world. And with this, I once again thank and congratulate Geospatial World and Geospatial Chamber of Commerce for organizing this conversation. And I think it's going to be a milestone in development of this technology, not only in India, but across the world. Thank you very much.